So what's going on, people? It's JM Speakboxing. Make sure you subscribe to my channel before you click onto my vids. Also, comment below in the comment section if you have any opinions on what I'm saying in my videos. So this Saturday night we have a fight between former junior middleweight champion of the world Liam Smith. He's facing British and domestic rival Liam Williams, who is the British and Commonwealth junior middleweight champion. Both men have had words on each other in the past. You had Liam Smith saying when he was world champion that he didn't need the Liam Williams fight. It wasn't going to do anything for his career. He's better than Liam Williams, etc. And then you had Liam Williams saying, look, I'm just behind Liam Smith in my career. Everything he's doing and I'm picking up straight after. He wins the British title, then I win it straight after, etc. And he's saying they would eventually meet, and when they do meet, he will be the man who comes out on top. So we'll see this on Saturday night, who will come out on top in this fight. It's for the interim WBO Junior Middleweight Championship, but it's only on the line for Liam Williams now because Liam Smith missed weight. He weighed in at 155 pounds 1 ounces, so he missed the 154 pound weight limit. This is surprising because Liam Smith has never missed weight at 154 pounds before in his career, so it's just an indication that Liam Smith might move up to middleweight after this fight. Win, lose or draw, could he think it's time to move up to middleweight? Maybe it's too hard to make the junior middleweight limit anymore, and I think at middleweight it's going to be a lot harder for Liam Smith because he wasn't the best fighter at junior middleweight, and he definitely won't be the best fighter at middleweight, not by a mile. And you got like guys like Danny Jacobs and Gennady Golovkin, of course, and now Canelo Alvarez, who recently knocked Liam Smith out in 9 rounds to take his world title off him. And you got guys like David Lemieux and Jamel Charlo, who recently moved up from junior middleweight to middleweight. So it'll be a tough task for Liam Smith, if he moves up to middleweight. But yeah, this fight on Saturday, I expect Liam Smith to win it. Even if he does win, he won't get the interim title, but I expect him to win the fight anyway. I think it'll be a hard-fought fight for Liam Smith, though. I think he'll win the fight by a decision. I don't think he'll be able to stop Liam Williams. I think it'll be a tough fight for both men because Liam Smith is a very come-forward fighter. He likes to put pressure on his opponents. He walks with a high guard. He likes to walk his opponents down. And you got Liam Williams, who we've seen fight in domestic fights at British level, and he's had some very good fights at British domestic level, Liam Williams. So I think this will be a very hard fought fight, but I see Liam Smith just coming out on top in this fight. It wouldn't surprise me if Liam Williams got the win somehow, but I'm expecting Liam Smith. I won't be able to watch this fight live because I've got plans on Saturday night, and I'm going to try and stay off social media, and then I'm going to come home and then watch the fight then. And then on the undercard of this show, this is the first show that's going to be promoted by Frank Warren on BT Sports, and also on this card you've got WBO lightweight champion Terry Flanagan. He's facing his quote-unquote toughest test, which is Petir Petrov. Apparently Frank Warren didn't want to put Terry Flanagan in with Petrov, and then I looked at Petrov's record, and he has a 38-4 record, and the only noticeable name on his record really is Marcus Maidana, and he was stopped by Maidana in 4 rounds, and he lost a 12-round unanimous decision to Slatikanin, who recently was left on the floor like rubble against Mikey Garcia. He was completely dusted, and yeah, he's picked up a good amount of wins apparently in America over the past couple of years. Petrov beating guys like Gamal Diaz, who was a world title challenger a few years back. But I wouldn't really say this is a massive test for Terry Flanagan. It might be better than guys like Fana and Cruz, who he fought in his last couple of fights, but I expect Terry Flanagan to win this fight. I expect it to be a decision victory for Terry Flanagan though, because Petrov is very durable. He's only ever been stopped once, and that was by Maidana, but as we all know, Marcus Maidana hit very hard. Like, ask Adrian Broner, and Amir Khan about that because he lit both of them guys up in their fights, and even Floyd Mayweather to a certain extent. But yeah, I expect Terry Flanagan to win this fight, and then hopefully we see Terry Flanagan fight a decent name. I think Terry Flanagan will somehow struggle when he gets to the next level, when he has to fight guys like Mikey Garcia, who is very talented. And you got guys like Robert Easter Jr., who's tall and rangy. And then you got guys like Jorge Linares, who's a very good ring general. I think the Jorge Linares Terry Flanagan fight, I think that'll be a very good fight. Apparently Terry Flanagan keeps pestering his promoter Frank Warren to get him a fight with WBO's super featherweight champion Vasily Lomachenko, who's talked about moving up to lightweight if he beats Jason Sosa this Saturday night. That's a fight also that's going to be on Saturday night. I'll talk about that in a separate video. But yeah, these are the kind of fights Terry Flanagan should be having now in his career. He's had the world title now for nearly 2 years, and he needs to really have some good fights. Maybe even the Anthony Qualla fight, why not? Both guys from Manchester, world title. I think that'd be a very good fight, but obviously you got the Sky and Box Nation thing. But yeah, you got Nicola Adams on the undercard as well. She's facing an opponent. I think the opponent's 1-0. But Nicola Adams, 2-time Olympic gold medalist, she's going to be fighting her pro debut, and she's going to be fighting on a smaller capacity to what Katie Taylor is on Sky Sports. She gets more exposure, Katie Taylor, because she's with Eddie Hearn and Matchroom, and she's on the big shows. She's on the Joshua pay-per-views. She's on basically nearly every pay-per-view or big fight undercard that Eddie Hearn puts on. And Nicola Adams is going to be fighting on the Frank Warren big shows, but they're not nearly as big as what Eddie Hearn's are with Katie Taylor. But I expect Nicola Adams to win the fight on Saturday night with flying colours, and it'll be good to see how Nicola Adams gets on in her boxing career, because a lot of people put women boxing down. Me, personally, I'm going to give it a chance, because as long as you're a good fighter and you show good skills in the ring and you're entertaining, then it doesn't matter to me if you're a male or female. But I know people don't really like watching women boxing, but that's everyone's personal preference. That's their own personal preference, I mean. And me, personally, I'm just going to give it a chance. But yeah, this is just my opinion and preview of these fights on Saturday night. Comment below in the comment section.